58th Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur's anniversary. Someone calling. So anniversary function here in this Washington Square Park. This is a very nice place and very nice function, attractive function, unite function for all the missions. So now, in order to inaugurate that function, I am requesting His Holiness Agnidev Prabhu to lead the kirtan, inaugurate the function with the kirtan, Srila Prabhupada's Takam, that Sujanar Buddharadhita Pada Jugang. If you don't have the paper, you can also download from the website. You can download it, and then you can follow after how this very glorious song written by one of our Guru Vargo, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhartha Goswami Maharaj. So this song is going to sing by His Holiness Agnidev Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Sujanar Buddharadita Padayugam Yugadharma Durandara Patrabaram
Sujanar Buddharadita Padayugam Yugadharma Durandara Patrabaram
Sujanar Buddharadita Padayugam Yugadharma Durandara Patraparam.
That so many gurus, so many acharyas, so many sannyasi from different mission here with us. So one of the prominent guru in ISKCON society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, prominent guru, why I'm telling so, in every IIT, every college institution, if you go there, then you can see His Holiness Radhanath Swami's disciples. And he's really preaching as per the direction, instruction of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, and our Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya's mission is non-sectarian, non-judgmental. I have seen Maharaj's inner motive. He always trying to establish Lord Chaitanya's mission, non-sectarian mission. But anyway, fortunately, mercifully, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj amongst us, and he's spending a lot of time out of his busy schedule. So now we have the opportunity to listen the glories of Srila Prabhupada and also his teachings from his lotus leaf. Please clap everyone and humbly requesting Maharaj to, you want to speak over there? Or you can, yeah. You want to say, Maharaj, sit chair? Chair. Set up the chair. Hey, Mandakul, set up this.
Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shiva Shavanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojvala Premadya Srila Bodhaya Maharaj. Among the esteemed acharyas, gurus, sannyasis, and all of the assembled devotees, and the people of New York City to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the appearance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada. Over 5 centuries back, Sri Advaita Acharya, an avatar of the Supreme Absolute Truth, the personality of Godhead, he saw the condition of people suffering in this world due to the misconception and illusion that they could find happiness through the material gratification, through yogic mystic siddhis, or even through mukti or liberation. He fasted, he cried, and he prayed for many years for Lord Sri Krishna to descend from the spiritual world of Goloka to establish the Sankirtan movement and attract the hearts of the conditioned, suffering souls of this world to pure, unalloyed devotional service in love for Krishna, love for God. It was on the basis of that prayer of compassion for all of us that is one of the prime causes that Lord Krishna descended in the mood of Sri Radha as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In a very similar way, over 150 years ago, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he dedicated his life for the mission of Lord Chaitanya. He dedicated his life to spread the mercy of Lord Chaitanya throughout the world. He prayed. He prayed for the Lord to send one of his personal, eternal associates to spread this mission. In fulfillment of that prayer, 150 years ago, a ray of Vishnu, an eternal associate of Radha and Krishna, appeared as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada. He dedicated his life to assist his father's mission. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, to Rupa Goswami 10 days at Prayag, and to Sanatana Goswami 2 months on the bank of the Ganga in Varanasi. After explaining the whole philosophy of the ultimate goal of life, he instructed them to go to Vrindavan. There, to write books, extracting the essence of all knowledge of all scriptures and the goal of life. To establish temples, centers where people could learn how to worship and perfect their eternal souls through devotional service. To discover and excavate the holy places of pilgrimage, and to teach by their example true renunciation. How Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada took those basic principles and expanded them like never before. From the writings of the Goswamis and the Acharyas, he established the publication of books. Perhaps the first time on such a volume. I went to the Bagh Bazaar Gaudiya mission and saw one of the original printing presses. This was in the 1920s, 30s. That printing press he imported from Cleveland, Ohio. It says, made in Cleveland. That is the quality and the enthusiasm he had. He established presses in Mayapur, in Kolkata. He published dozens and dozens of the most important Vaishnava literatures for the public. Books. He had monthly publications. Through his printing presses, he had for many years daily publications. And what was he giving to the world? An understanding of the very cream, the essence of all knowledge, of all scriptures and all acharyas. That we are not these bodies. We are eternal jivas, spirit souls. Mamaivam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are all part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, Krishna. And the constitutional nature that we're all striving for is to experience the limitless love for Krishna and reciprocate by offering our body, mind, souls, and lives for the pleasure of Krishna. Samsadhyar Haritoshanam. Beyond all the pleasures of this world, the higher planets, and the vast impersonal form of liberation, the highest conception of the absolute truth is that God is a person who is supremely all beautiful, attractive, and is the reservoir of all pleasure. No one can attain Krishna. We can achieve various powers, but to understand Krishna is only possible when by his own sweet will Krishna reveals himself to us. Bhaktya mam abhijananti. To understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the highest pleasure of the soul, and the highest realization of truth, is only possible through bhakti, through loving devotional service. Shravana kirtana smarana bandana padasevana dasyare pujana sakijana atma nivedana. Bhakti consists of these 9 processes, which begins with hearing the glories of the Lord from the lips of sincere, pure devotees of the Lord. And in this age of Kali Yuga, especially, the Yuga Dharma is through the chanting of God's holy names. Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, among his beloved disciples, all of us here are the disciples of those disciples. He established over 64 temples in India. And as we have heard, he sent his devotees, his sannyasis and others to foreign lands like England and Germany to establish centers. As far as revealing the holy places, an instruction of Mahaprabhu to the Goswamis, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur established tens and thousands of devotees and people in general coming on the parikramas, the pilgrimages, to Vrindavan, to Mayapur. He took them in Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footprints to the places of South India that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited. Renunciation, he himself, to serve the mission of his father, the Goswamis, and all of our acharyas. He sat in Sri Mayapur Dham for 4 years, chanting a minimum of 300,000 names a day. And after over 1 billion names of Radha and Krishna, he took sannyas. That sacrifice of compassion. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that the greatest method of pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to accept difficulties to show compassion to the suffering people of this world. When he was living in Mayapur, he decided to go to Calcutta. And see that some people challenge, why do you want to go to that horrible, dirty, materialistic place? And he responded, because that is the place I could best serve my Guru and Krishna and Mahaprabhu's mission. There in Calcutta, and I'm speaking from my own heart, he gave my beloved Guru Maharaj, A.C. Bhakti Swami Prabhupada, the instruction to assist him by taking Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message to the whole world in the English language. 43 years later, with that instruction as his heart and soul, he came to New York City on a 38-day voyage on a cargo ship. He explained, I was living without money, without knowing anyone, like a vagabond, homeless in New York City. But I always felt the presence of my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Prabhupada, in my heart. And he would say, my only qualification is I'm simply repeating the words of my Guru Maharaj. I will conclude with a very wonderful memory I'm having. This is such a special ceremony. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he established Nam Sankirtan. When Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada finally got this little storefront not far from here at 26 2nd Avenue, in 1966 summer, there was only a few people coming, and they were learning. And one day, they were shocked by the instruction they received. Today, we are going to have kirtan in public. And he asked, where is the best place? And they said, we feel the best place is Washington Square Park. But they never did this before. Srila Prabhupada himself led the procession from 26 2nd Avenue through the sidewalks of Greenwich Village and the Lower East Side to this park where we're sitting. At that time, Srila Prabhupada was the only one with this devotional dress. Everyone else was wearing Western dress. Everyone else had different kinds of hair. They came to Washington Square Park. It was a Sunday. There were many people, all varieties of people, New York people and from all different statuses. There was musicians, there was business people and hippie people, and there were tourists. And Srila Prabhupada sat down in grass. He saw so many people sitting on the grass. There was a sign saying, do not sit on grass. Prabhupada sat down and with his karatals began to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Right where we are. One devotee had a little bongo drum, a very small drum, and he was going like this. And nobody in New York City, no one in the Western world has ever seen anything like this. It was the first public kirtan in America, maybe outside of India. People started gathering. The devotees were first very afraid. We never did this before. What will people think? But when they saw Srila Prabhupada's enthusiasm and heard the holy names emanating from his heart, the devotees were very boldly chanting. And soon there was a crowd of people standing around. And then it was stopped by the New York police. They stopped everything. And they said, who is in charge of this? And the devotees looked at Srila Prabhupada. And the policeman said, can't you read? It says, do not sit in grass. Srila Prabhupada very respectfully, he acknowledged, he offered respect to the police. He stood up, he walked off the grass, and just like all of you, he sat in the hot pavement of the cement walkways of Washington Square Park. and continued the kirtan for many hours. And after that, Washington Square Park became a regular place, and they would go out and do Harinam through the streets, and eventually they started doing kirtan in Tompkins Square Park. So I'm so grateful, Srila Bodhayan Maharaj and all of your team, that you chose this place to establish all of us to come together. It was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada's desire that on a higher principle, Trinarapi Sunichena Tarori Basihishnana Amani Namana Dena Kirtaniya Sadahari, that all of his followers could come together to serve one another, to honor one another, to respect one another, and together to chant the holy names of the Lord and spread the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world. Thank you very much.
Clap louder. All glories to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj ki.